Good morning, students. Uh, Today I'm going to be handle the list. Right? Already we know that what is the Python, what is the basics of Python, isn't it? So today I'm going to be handle another basic uh, um, concept of the in Python, right? That is one of the it is in a list, right? So what do you mean by list? List is nothing but a kind of collection. What are all the items you have to list out, isn't it? Normally we are going to be tell list out the items I want to buy, isn't it? Though it's the same kind. What is the list? List is nothing but you're going to be collection. You're some kind of collection, right? So a collection allows us to put many values in a single variable. So all together we are going to put it in a single variable. So with the help of that variable, I'm going to be access all the items which is available in that particular list, isn't it? Right? I'm going to give you a simple example, right? You're in your home, your mom said you go and buy the set of grocery items from your the department store, right? So you're going to be prepare the list of items, isn't it? Right? So you're going to take on a paper, you're going to be write all the list what all you have, right? And based on that preparation of list, you are going to be buy something in your grocery shop, isn't it? So the same as everything is put it in a particular list paper, isn't it? The same kind here, all the values are stored in a single variable. So with the help of that variable, I'm going to be access all the items which is available in that particular variable, right? So that is the main concept, right? So a collection is a nice because we can carry all many values around in one convenient package. Here I'm going to be given a simple example. Suppose I'm going to be use it as a friends as my variable, right? So you know how to declare a variable in a Python, isn't it? Right? Here I'm going to be use friends is my one of my variable. So in that variable I'm going to be give some of the values. So what are all the values? One is for the color and another one is for money, v, or something you're going to be give it in a some other Raja, Ravi, Rani, whatever it is, right? So these are all the items which is available in that particular list, right? And I'm going to be used for another variable, that is for carry on, right? So I'm going to be carry something. So what all I'm going to be carry? Here I'm going to be carry for the college or subjects or the students, isn't it? So these are the items I'm always carrying, isn't it? So I'm going to be connect for these two variables, right? So next, right? So here I'm going to be combine all the things, how we are going to be combine or how to access that particular one. So before that, how we are going to be, we know the basic concept of the list, isn't it? The list is nothing but the collection of items. Okay, okay ma'am, I can understand the definition level, but in a Python how can I mention that? That is our biggest question, isn't it? Right? So here for the list constants are surrounded by the square brackets, isn't it? So the square brackets and the elements in the list are separated by commas. Of course, we should separate each and everything is with the help of comma, right? So when we are using the list, we must use this square bracket, and in that square bracket we have a list of items, right? The values what you have, and you are going to be separate each and every values with the help of comma, right? So what it means, kalai comma money comma v, in the sense we are having a three values. Suppose I'm going to be used for kalai money v, what happened? It is in a single value, right? So with the help of comma we are going to be separate the values. So the list element can be any Python object, even another list, right? So here I'm going to be given simple example, and what I'm saying in the your right hand side of your the PPT. I'm going to be print some values. I'm giving us some values. So some of the values 1 comma 24 comma 76 or 26, whatever it is, right? And another one I'm going to be use it for the print. What I'm saying, some of the colors I'm going to be use, right? So with the help of the tag, I'm going to be access, right? Another one is called as an if there is any empty list, yes, of course we can, right? So the list can be empty, so we can have a empty list. Why we are going for the empty list? In the sense, we are going to add some elements into that particular list is also acceptable, right? And then next, so this is for the definite loop, right? So of course when we are using the list, we should have an definite loops, because in that particular list we have an how many elements are occupied in that particular list, only the end of that loop, right? Suppose here I'm going to be use 3 values. Suppose I'm going to be use for more than 3, that is 10 values or 15 values or 100 values in the sense, my loop value is the maximum is how much of elements should be present in that particular list. That is the maximum limit of that particular loop, right? And what I'm saying, I'm going to be combined with some other thing, right? So here what I'm saying, friends already it is one of the variable I'm going to be used for the some of the values, Kalai, money, V, isn't it, right? So from that I'm going to be what I'm saying, print some message. What is that? The print, right? In the Python already we know that how to print a message, isn't it, right? Print, and then you are going to be use quotes, right? Some of the message you are going to be give it, then with the help of comma, right, you just call that particular variable. What is my variable here? My variable is friend, isn't it, right? So I'm going to be used for here, wrongly I mentioned here it is a friends, right? Please correct it here. In the above one I'm using friends, in the next one I'm used it only for the friend. It is not a friend, it isn't friends, right? It is a typical error, right? Friends, then followed by print done, right? So automatically what will happen, each and every time, right, when it automatically it will be picked for the each and every value from my what I'm saying, the list. Print happy new year Kalai, then print happy new year money, print happy new year V, then finally you are going to be print something done, isn't it, right? So this is for the how we are going to be execute all the elements in that particular list, right? So what is the maximum limit, in the sense, the what is the maximum size of the loop is size is the what is the maximum loop of that particular one, right? So now, ma'am, I'm very clear about what is a basic definition of list. How to declare the list of items, isn't it? And how now I'm going to be little bit scared or little bit no, I didn't know how to access the values in that particular list. This is your biggest question mark, isn't it? Right? So here, just like a strings, we can get any single element in a list using an index specified by square brackets. Of course, already we know that, right? Each and every element we should give some index value. Already we gone through in the using of array, isn't it? When we started the what is the array? Array is starting, but you are going to be fix the sum of the sizes, isn't it? Collection of item in a same group, isn't it? So how we are going to be index, starting from the 0 and the maximum size of that particular array size, isn't it? Suppose you are going to be mentioned the array size is maybe 5, in the sense you are going to be start the value from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So totally you have 5 values. The same kind of methodology here we are going to be apply. So what is it? Here I'm going to be use 3 values, isn't it? Right? So the what is the maximum size is 3. So it starts from 0, 1 and 2. So totally 3 values. So this is the what is it? We are going to be index that particular list, right? In your home, your mom said you people are going to prepare some grocery item, list of grocery items, isn't it? Finally mom is asking how many items are there, isn't it? Right? Immediately you are going to say, mom, it is for only 10 items or 5 items, isn't it? You are going to say, how you are going to be say, it is for, you are going to be numbering 1 2 3, isn't it? But here we are going to mention starts from 0 and the maximum limit, how many values are occupied in that particular list, right? So the starting value is 0 and the ending value is the maximum size of your list. So of course, lists are mutable, right? Strings are immutable. We cannot change the contents of a string, of course, but lists are mutable. That is, we can change an element of list using the index operator. Of course, we can update the list of items, right? Suppose again, I'm going to be given an example. For your mom is saying some list of items, right? While reading that particular list of items to your mom, right? What I mean, oil for 2 packets. Mom said, no, 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 no. We don't want 2 packets. We need 3 packets, isn't it? You're going to be change the items, isn't it? Right? So instead of 2, you're going to be make it as an 3, isn't it? So the same as, right, in list we can also able to edit. That means we can also able to update or change or whatever it is, right? So here some of the items, what is an I'm going to be take it as a fruit, right? Fruit is a banana, and what is an x is equal to fruit lover. Then you are going to be print that variable, that is what is it, print x. So automatically you are going to be get, right, the same as, suppose you want to add one more, I'm giving in some another one. So already you have one 2 14 and what is it, 26 and 41 63, and you're going to be you want to update some of the items, isn't it? You're going to be specify the item what you are going to be update, right? எப்படி அம்மா சொன்னாங்க, ஆயில் வந்து எனக்கு 2 packets வேணாம் 3 packets வேணும்னா you are directly going to that particular oil, you are going to be change that value, isn't it? Instead of 2 you are going to be make it as a 3. The same as here we need some identification. So the previous slide what we learned, how we are going to be index, right? So with the help of that index we are going to be update that particular element, right? Or change the or remove whatever it is. So we can able to do what is it, what do you mean, we need some index value, right? So with the help of index value we can able to update, right, or update or delete or whatever it is, right? So we can able to multiple elements can be updated to list by giving the slice on the left hand side of the assignment operator, right? So what is the append method can be used to add elements, right? So this is for some of the example here. So this is for my variable a list, right? So in that particular one I'm going to be for the numerical value, as well as I'm going to be used for the string value. When I'm using the string value we must give it in the quotes, right? So quotes, and we can able to give it as a what is the decimal, that is for floating point is also acceptable. It means, right, I'm going to give it the 3 different values in that particular list. It means the list can accept all the type of values, whether it is in string or it's a combination of alphanumerical value is acceptable. Only for the whole number, no. So now what is the fractional values are acceptable. So what is the meaning for that? The list can accept what are all the values you are going to be given. This is the first point, right? The second point, in that particular list, right, we can able to make an inner list. Yes, of course, right? So we can able to make it an inner list also. That values also is given. Now you are going to be replace that what is the some of the value, right? So what is it, suppose you are going to be give it to the value is 4.5 is what I mean, you are going to be replace it in a the float replacer, right? How you are going to be indexed, how you are going to be update that one? So how you are going to be index that one? இந்த 4.5ங்கிறது எப்படி நீங்க வந்து float replacerன்னு எப்படி கொடுக்க முடியும்? Anyone can able to say? Index value. So எங்கிருந்து நீ index value கொடுப்ப? 0. 0ங்கிறது எதை மீன் பண்ணுது? 1 2 3. Then ABC is 1. 4.5 is so 2. So you want to change instead of 4.5 as an what I'm saying float replacer, isn't it? So the what I'm saying you're going to be mentioned that the index value of 2 and equal to, and you're going to be give it what all the value you want, right? Here I'm going to be give it as a float replacer. So you're going to be give it automatically, it will be replaced, right? Sometimes our mom said no, we don't want this particular item, இதை remove பண்ணிடு, listல இருந்து remove பண்ணிடு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, isn't it? The same kind of the thing we can able to do it in our list, right? So how to remove list of elements in our list, right? So we can use the delete statement. It can be used to delete an item from the list, right? So del method can be used if you are known which element to be delete. Otherwise the remove method can be used, right? You can mention the index value, it will be also removed. Here there is another same example. Here I'm going to be used for the delete keyword, right? So already we know that the variable a list, and that you're having a sum of the items you have, isn't it, right? So in that particular one I'm going to be remove one value. So what is that? Maybe ABC, right? Here I'm mentioning is an AB. You can use it for ABC or find replacer or whatever the thing you want. You can mention the index value, right? Before that you must use the del as your keyword, del, right? And that the what is the variable name, and followed by the square bracket you have to mention your the what I'm saying that index value, isn't it? With the help of index value, with the help of the delete key, right, automatically that particular list, the particular element will be deleted from our list, right? So this is, so the finally the what is here you can see 1 2 3 and followed by it is in float replacer. There is no ABC because already previous command we are using del a list of 1, that is ABC is deleted from my list, isn't it, right? And followed by everything. Now I'm going to be used for the remove, right? So a list dot remove, what is it, 1 2 3. So automatically the all the items will be removed, right? The float replacer in a list, and you haven't followed by the remaining part, right? This is also acceptable. And we have some of the operators we can, right? So what are all the operators? Already we know that we cross that some of the operators, isn't it? So equal to, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So we are all we can use all the operators in our list also. So list 1 we can use ABC 1 2 3. List 2 you have some value, and list 3 you are going to be use some values. Why we use for these kind of operators in our list? That is the main question, right? So list ku operators ku what is the relation between abdina? We are going to be compare the size of the list, or we can able to what is the add two values or two list, right? Or you can eliminate, or you're going to be what is the whether the particular element is available in the another one, right? That's why we are going to be used for the some conditions, right? So here the people are using for the list 1 we have any 2 elements, list 2 we have another 2 elements, and for the list 3 is also 2 elements, right? Now we are going to be compare whether list 1 is previously list 1 is less than list 2. Yes, of course. How do you say? Because both the elements are same, no? 1 and 2. You have only 2 values, isn't it? Right? How do you say it isn't true? The answer is true. The second one is for what I'm saying, list 2 and list 3. While comparing the list 2 and list 3, All right, it is a false. How do you say the first one is true and second one is? Could you have any idea about that? The thing is, what is the thing is the list one we have an the first value should be in what is in string, and second value is in on the numerical values, right? And the what is this list two? The same as you have a string value, and second one is for the numerical. Now the both the values are going to be checked. Or what are all the values you have, that particular one. First item is a string value and second one is for the numerical. Now we are going to be check, right? And the second value is greater than the first one, that's why we are getting a true, right? And the second one is for the list 2 and list 3. So first is what is the numerical value and second is for the 789, and the second one is called as an 123, isn't it? That is, I'm sorry, third list, isn't it? While comparing these two things, 78 is 89 is the greatest value, isn't it? So it is a false, isn't it? So all right, so next. So we can use the sequence operator, that is we are going to be slice that particular list also. So here there is some variable, right? T is equal to some of the values, right? And T is equal to, I'm going to be give it what is in 1 colon the end followed by the 3, that is some index value 1 and 3. So what is the meaning for that? Here we are going to be slice that particular, that is we are going to be segregate, separate that particular list. That's why we are going to use for the that colon operator, right? So sequence type operator. Here what is the index values is 0, the 9 it occupies for the 0th place, and 41 it occupies the first place, 12 it occupies the second, and so on, right? Here I'm going to be use it for 1 2 3, right? So what automatically what happens, from starting the index value is 1, right? And the ending value is 3, right? So what is the starting value is 41 and the ending value is 3, but என்ன எடுத்துக்கோ அப்படினா lesser value எடுத்துக்கோ. So it display only the next value only, right? Suppose you are going to be give it 1 is to 4, in the sense you are going to be give it you can get the value for the 41, 12 and 3, right? Suppose you are going to be give it only for the 4, in the sense you are going to be from starting value to the end value, right? What is the starting value? Is the index value 0, because here I didn't give any index value, isn't it, right? So here, right, here I didn't give any index value. Directly I'm using for the what is the 4, in the sense from starting index value to up to this one, right? So this is for 0, this is for 1, this is for 2 and this is for 3. So totally you have 4 values. So you can get it the 4 values here, right? So now suppose I'm going to be used for the P of 3, in the sense what is the, I didn't mention the end value. I'm going to be used only for the what is the first value 3, in the sense we are going to be used for the last 3 values, isn't it, right? So 3, 74 and 50, right? So suppose I didn't use any starting value or ending value, in the sense I can able to extract all the values, right? So remember just like an what I'm saying, the string second number is an up to the including, right? The next one. So, is okay. And sometimes previous slide we discussed about something we are going to be check the condition, isn't it, whether the particular element is available in that particular list or not, right? So that time we are going to be used for some of the operators in, not and in, right? So not in, right? So I'm going to be check that particular list of I'm sorry, the particular element which is available in that particular list, right? So with the help of in, right, I'm going to be use here, this is my variable, right? So what is a mixed list? I'm having the sum of the elements here, values here, right? Now I'm going to be check, right, the particular element in that particular variable, right? And the list, right? So whether it is an available, in the sense we can get the true value. Suppose if not in that, it means we can get it in the false value, right? can we able to coordinate? Suppose you have a list of items, your mom having giving some list of item, right? And unfortunately, your what is a sister has came to you, brother, I need this, these are the items, you can add it, already I prepared up one list, can you able to add these two things? Yes, we can able to add, isn't it? So that is for this the coordination. We can able to coordinate two different lists also into a single list, right? So we can create a new list by adding it two existing lists together, right? So that is the motive. So here A is in a set of values and B having a set of values, isn't it? Now we are going to be no, C is equal to A plus B. Now you are going to print the C in the sense you can get all together combined. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How it will be order in the sense it is for the A plus B. That's why here we are getting 1, 2, 3. Suppose we can use for the B plus A in the sense 4, 5, 6 and followed by 1, 2, 3. So with the help of this, here we are using some operators, isn't it? Right? So operator and operator, with the help of this we can be able to get the result. Right? But whether it is if there is any effect in the previous variables, no, it will not. Right? The remaining I'm sorry, the original list is the same as here. We are going to be having. That's all, right? That's why I'll show it as a print A is a 1, 2, 3, right? Next. So if there is any repetition, yes, we can able to repetition, right? Right. You know, one some of the film, isn't it? Michael Madana Kamarajan. There is on a list of items, grocery items. It will be given to the what is the grocery shop, right? The hero is come and reading that list of items. What is the coffee powder? 2 plus 2, isn't it? Right? And what is the another sugar? 3 plus 2, isn't it? Everything is it will be added, isn't it? That means double the values, isn't it? So we can able to double that particular list is also, the repetition is also acceptable in our list, right? So here what I'm saying, this is my variable, right? And this is my what is the list of items which is available in that one, right? I'm using this particular operator and repetition, right? I'm going to be mention the number what you have. How many times you want? You want it 2 or 3 or 5, whatever it is, right? You can give it to this much of number, so automatically it will be that much of time it will be repeated. Why we move on to this kind of the repetitions, right? Sometimes we need some duplicate value, right? So that while using the data analytics, the large data set, we are going to be eliminate in the same, right? We can able to replace the value, or we are going to be repetition, right? So that time we are using for this kind of repetitions, right? So augmented assignment also works from the Python. This is Python 2 version. You know how many versions are available in the Python? The latest version, you know what is the latest version of Python? Python 3. Yeah, right. So what is here? What is an HR is equal to some hyphen, then you are going to be repetition 20 times, right? So automatically the 20 times you are going to be repeat that one, right? And yeah, next. The list comprehension, no special list, only the operators that can be used with the most object and sequence operators. So list comprehension or combination with square brackets. So for the follow, so square bracket, so the value into how many times you want, for loop you are going to use, for in, so what is the element you have, right? Alright, these are some of the built-in functions are available. Already we discussed in the greater than or less than, isn't it? In the previous slides, some of the slides before, we discussed about the greater than, less than, or isn't it? Here we are going to be some of the comparative functions, built-in functions are available in Python, right? So one is for the comparison between the two lists. So list 1 comma list 2, you are going to be give it. So compare CMP of list 1 comma list 2. So if there is any deviation, as of course we have any deviation, that's why we are giving it the -1. Suppose you are going to be give it for list 2 and list 1, what is the difference is, so the first value is what is the numerical, and second value is a string value, then you are going to be get only the value is 1, right? Next. So we are going to be calculate the length of the list, right? With the help of length, we can able to count how many items are available in that particular list, right? So here we are using, what is this? This is variable, and you are going to be given something, right? So print len of that particular variable, automatically you are going to get the length of what is it? That particular one. The same as for the next one, right? Here there is a 4 values, you can get it a 4 output, right? And this is for the maximum and minimum, and shorted, reversed, and list and tuple. So everything is in a built-in function, sequence type functions. So the maximum function and minimum function used to find the largest and smallest element in the list, right? Shorted and the reversed, which is used for the short elements in that particular list, and reverse in the sense you are going to be reversibly you are going to be print the elements, right? And the list and tuple, which is a built-in function such as tuple and list, are available to convert from one type to another. That is, you are going to be convert from one type to another type, right? And this is for the enumerate. So enumerate is nothing but what is it? You are having some variable, right? What is the tails, go back, and pyramid and everything. For I, that variable in enumerate albums. So automatically print I album, in the sense we are going to zip everything, right? The same as for we are going to be used for, why we are using for the for, in the sense how many items are available in that particular list, everything it should be in, we are going to be zip it, right? And the range functions. So the range function returns a list of numbers that range from 0 to 1 less than the parameter what you are mentioned, right? So we can construct an index loop using for an integer iterator.